Welcome to Nutrition by Jules. I'm Jules, bringing you all things wellness for your pregnancy and postpartum journey. This is a Mini Moves Monday, brought to you from my garage. Not live, so I can't say that, but glad you're here. If you haven't been here, please subscribe. I'd love to see you watching these every week, especially if you're pregnant or in a postpartum period, because this is great, low impact, low intensity, quick 10-15 minutes, because goodness knows we don't have a whole lot of time to move our bodies, but moving our bodies is a wonderful thing to do. So we're going to start out with a little bit of mobility. This is wonderful for our hips and our pelvic floor. Something that I talk a lot about pregnancy and postpartum. So happy baby, starting on our backs, lifting our knees up, putting our knees out, especially if we have a baby right here. Reach between our knees, grab the outsides of our feet, then rest our head back, our shoulders back, and pull those feet out to the sides. If you're comfortable getting a little rock side to side, you can. Otherwise, just hold here. If you're barefoot, you're going to feel this nice stretch across the bottom of your feet as well. So this is a good one to do without shoes on. We're just going to hang out here for 10 minutes. Just kidding. You can stay there as long as you want because a happy baby does feel lovely. And then when you've had enough of that stretch out, go ahead and stand up. We're going to do some starfish reaches. So nice wide feet, arms out. Do I look like a starfish? Maybe. Reaching opposite hand towards opposite foot. You don't actually have to touch the foot, and back up. So just stretching across the body, trying to keep my legs straight but not locking them out. You can go slow or fast on these. Reaching across that body. Yes. For 10 to 12 total. A few more if you're really feeling it. 3, 2. Actually, I'm uneven. Here, 1. Now I'm even. Those feel great. And our other quick mobility / stretch to start here is a standing knee tuck. So we're going to round our back slightly, just enough to grab our knee, pull it into our chest, stand, and pull our shoulders back so we have a nice straight back, and then release our leg. If you need stability, hold on to something here. You can totally do that. Pull up to the side and release. Pull up to the side and release. So we're going to go back and forth, one side to the other, only as fast as you can without falling over, please, for 10 to 12. Couple more. Oh, excellent. All right, now our main round, we're going to do inchworms. 4 to 5 of these. You're bending your knees just enough to have your hands touch the ground. If you need to be wider, you totally can. And then you're going to walk your hands out to a plank, or if a full plank doesn't feel good for you in terms of the core stability, just walk out to like this down dog position and then walk your hands back and stand. So again, just enough knee bend to get down, come to here, to here. If you really want to challenge it, you can walk your hands out a little bit farther and walk the hands back to your feet and stand. Reset. There's 2. Let's pick up the pace. 3. I'll show you a wider one just to the down dog. 4. And a little bit more challenging one off my mat. 4, 5. All right, after our inchworms, we're going to do a cross-body chop. I failed to mention this, but in the description, there is a list of these exercises and link to equipment that we're going to use. I have a band. We are going to get to the band after these cross-body chops. And there will be linked to dumbbells, but I do not have access to mine right now. I've got water bottles instead. If I were to fill them up, they'd be heavier. We're going to pretend like this is a heavy water bottle or a dumbbell. These don't have to be heavy, though. I want you to do these in a half lunge if that is possible for you. So get down in a 90-90 position. I'm holding this dumbbell like such down at my hip. And I'm going to avoid swinging and swaying my trunk, but keeping stable and stacked in the core, and just go across the body and down. You can go slow and controlled, or you can do a quick one as long as we're not swinging. So depending on how heavy your weight is, this might need to be slow or fast, but I'm resisting the twist. All right, so this is for our core. You're gonna get a little bit of arms here. You don't have to go way over your shoulder. We're not like batting a ball, hitting a bat, swinging a bat. There we go. But just high to low for 6 to 8, and then switch sides, 90-90, down by my hip, across the body. Again, not swinging my trunk. Just slow, controlled, or fast and controlled resistance of that weight. Beautiful. So hopefully you can find yourself something that's challenging but doable from a weight standpoint. And then we're going to do a seated band row. So we need to find something stable for you to put your band around. If you can't sit and do this and you have to stand around a banister or around a doorknob, you can do this standing as well. You're going to get more core out of that than this seated version, which is why I'm showing this one. A little bit more arms. Pull the shoulders back, tight core, right here. Bringing it into the side, almost like a high pocket. Squeezing my shoulder blades together for 10 to 12. So my whole lower body is taken out of the equation when I'm doing the seated. Again, if I needed to stand, depending on where you have to anchor, it would look like this. All right. And last, we're doing alternating push press. Grab my really heavy dumbbells. Don't go really heavy, it's fine. Alternate pressing up and back. We're doing this strict, so we're not using our lower body, but we're still standing, locking out our legs, locking out our glutes, locking out our core, but still being able to breathe, right? Like we're not like, totally bracing like crazy, but we should have enough brace that when we press overhead, our rib cage stays down and our arm is right next to our ears. Alternating pressing up and back for 10 to 12 total. And 12. Beautiful. All right, back to the beginning. Inchworms for 5 or 4 or 6. Wide if you need to, based on where you are in your pregnancy or postpartum journey. Hands down, walk it out as far as you're comfortable in terms of your core, your trunk, your posture. If there's any back pain, hopefully not. Hopefully you're doing these exercises and stretches and it's helping you keep good posture, keep good core stability, keep that pelvic floor happy, keep our abs engaged and our back engaged throughout pregnancy, and working it back in during our postpartum period, which, by the way, postpartum is forever. If you haven't heard that, now you have. Once postpartum, always postpartum. Not a bad thing. Embrace that. All right, cross-body chop. Dumbbell to the side. I'm going to talk less on this one and just show more. 6 to 8. Switch sides. You really hear me breathing into that microphone. Again, if I get tired, start doing this. Stop yourself, reset. Keep that trunk stable as you pull up and over without getting it behind your backs. It's not the point. All right, bands, seated rows or standing rows. Standing only if you have to. Prefer to take the lower body out if you can by having something lower to anchor to. 10 to 12, pulling them in to your lower rib cage, shoulder blades together. My neck is loose. I'm not crunching up. Yes. And then last but not least is my alternating push press. You can do these ones seated as well if that's more comfortable for you at this point. Takes all the lower body out. Again, quads on, glutes on, core on. Keep it there. Stable as I press up and back right up to my ear. Alternating, coming back to this front rack position every time. And there you go. Awesome work. Love it. Thanks for joining me. Let's move it again together real soon.